Good morning. So it's basically some technical error. Due to that reason, we have been late by few minutes. So welcome to all of you. Good morning, Beta. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning to Angel, who comes first with good morning at 6:24 in Marathi. That's very good. Good, good, good. Sankaran, good morning. Vedika, Kushi, illustration number 4. Okay. I'll take that out. There's no problem. Arun, good morning. Shivlani, illustration number 2. How the amount CR is calculated. Okay, done. Prachi, Jyoti, and all other remaining. Everyone, good morning, beta. Bala, Vinodani, Honey, and all others who have not sent their morning yet. Let's start with the buyback of shares. Any problem? Send me. Illustration number 4, yes. Illustration number 2, that's okay. Okay. In illustration number 4, why buyback due entry taken later and paid taken first? Okay, that is just a way of presentation given by the, you may say, uh, author who has made this question. That's it. Actually, the concept is whichever whatever we have discussed, that is final. That is not going to change at all. उसमें कुछ भी change नहीं होने वाला, सब कुछ ठीक है. बट ये कि चलो अब जैसे वो कर रहे हैं, let them do. आप अपने हिसाब से ठीक करो, आपको जैसे बताया गया वैसे ही करो, ठीक है. आपने चेंज नहीं, you need not to make any change. The way they have presented, that is not compulsory to be presented by you. You may go according to your presentation. That is not an issue. So don't worry about that. Okay, beta. So this is not a matter of discussion. Even you need not to worry because this is all up to the way of presentation. In illustration number 2, the amount CRR is calculated. How the amount of CRR is calculated? Okay, good, good, good. Illustration number 4, debentures. Good. So let's see. Illustration number 2, first of all. Yeah, illustration number 2, beta. Video is not coming, then there's no worry. You need not to worry about this because this is all some technical problem. Yes, in this question, he says Anu Limited furnished you with the following balance sheet as at 31st of March 2011. Okay, so he says share capital is given to you. Okay, and talking about this company redeemed preference shares on 1st of April. It also bought back 50 lakh equity shares of 10 lakh, 10 each. at rupees 50 per share. Okay, the payment for the above was made out of the huge bank balance which appeared as a part of current asset. Done. You have to pass journal entries and prepare balance sheet. Okay. So first of all, you have to go for redemption of preference shares on 1st of April beta. So here you have to see that preference shares are given worth rupees 75 lakhs to you. Here rupees are in lakhs according to my opinion. See here it is. Yeah, in crores. Okay. The rupees are in crores. So share capital is given to you. The detail of the share capital is given that it includes preference shares worth rupees 75 lakhs, 75 crores, and equity worth rupees 25 crores. So first of all, we have to go for this. The redemption is to be made for the 75 crores, and then buyback of 50 shares. He says so. 50. What means for the 50 we will discuss. So first of all, when we will go for the redemption of this preference share, it will be similar to that whatever we have discussed in our previous classes. Because in our previous classes we have already done this thing. आप लोगों ने ये सब कुछ ऑलरेडी किया भी हुआ है बेटा, अगर आपको याद हो तो. बिकॉज इन दोज क्लासेस वी आर ऑलरेडी कहीं ना कहीं आप लोगों ने ये प्रेफरेंस शेयर का किया होता है. तो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट प्रेफरेंस शेयर ओनली. So let's start with that preference share first of all. The entries will remain same whatever we have discussed in the chapter of buyback because there's no big difference between this preference share and the buyback. Everyone knows about the redemption of preference shares beta. Everyone knows about the redemption of preference shares beta. First tell me, सभी को प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स का पता है बेटा? किसी को कोई डाउट तो नहीं प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स के बारे में? रिडम्पशन ऑफ प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स बेटा. फर्स्ट सेंड मी द आंसर. Yes or no? Do you know about the entries and the treatment of preference shares? Because we have already discussed in our previous lecture that buyback is also similar to that. First, very good. Yes, very good, very good. This is a way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In paper one, obviously, in redemption of preferential CRR created when a profit is used for redemption. Obviously, here the same concept is there in your buyback of shares. There's no difference. Sir, doubt. Okay. You may tell me whatever the doubt is there. 12% redeemable preference share capital account debit exactly to preference shareholders account exactly. Preference share capital account debit to preference shareholders to maintain capital structure free reserves debited to CRR exactly. Right, preference share capital account debit to shareholder exactly. You are all passing right entries. Very good, shabash. This is a way. So here we have revenue reserves with us worth rupees 260 crores. So there's no worry. We can use these reserves for the purpose of CRR beta. So CRR worth rupees 75 crore will be created out of this 260. Okay. Out of this 260, we will create CRR worth rupees 75 crores. So there's no worry. Now, next we will talk about buyback of equity shares. So how much equity shares are there, which you have to buy back? Here he says we have 25 crores worth rupees this. So let's discuss about 25 crores means 25 lakhs at the rate of 10 each. So what he is interested to talk about? No, it is 2.5 crores, sorry. 2.5 crores because it is at the rate of 10 each. So it will be 2.5 crores at the rate of rupees 10 each. So how much are to be buyback that is given here. Just see here it is. 50 lakh equity shares are to be buyback. 50 lakh at the rate of 50. So face value is 50 lakh at the rate of 10 each. And remaining is the amount of premium. So first of all, we have to create CRR worth rupees 5 crores. Because we have to create CRR equivalent to the face value of shares buyback of shares. So that is 5 crores worth. So the remaining amount of 50 lakh at the rate of 40 each, that will be utilized from security premium if available. If not available, then we will use our revenue reserves. There's no problem. So this is 2 crores, 50 lakh into 40, this is 2 crores. So for 20 crores, 50 lakh into 20 crores, sorry, 20 crores. So 20 crores are required to us for this purpose. See how much is available in security premium. In security premium, we have already 25 crores available with us. There's no worry. So 25 out of 25 crore, 20 crores will be used for the purpose of redemption, for the purpose of buyback of equity shares, premium on buyback of equity shares to be written off. And out of this 260 crores, you will have to utilize 5 crores for CRR of buyback of equity shares and 75 crores for CRR of preference shares. So total 80 crores worth of CRR is to be created in this question. Okay, I'll explain this, no worry. And rather, let's see once again that he has already mentioned that we have to bought back 50 lakhs equity shares of rupees 10 each. So that means for we have to do it for 5 crores, 50 lakhs at the rate of 50 each, out of which two amounts are there. One is face value, second is premium. So whatever is the amount of face value that will be for CRR, and whatever is the amount of premium that will be utilized from security premium first. If not available, then we will have to utilize obviously the revenue reserves. There's no worry. So here it is 5 crores beta. It is 20 crores. So CRR will be created for this, and for this premium, there's no need of CRR. It will be utilized from security premium. Already we have created CRR for preference shares worth rupees 75 crores. So 75 crores and 5 crores. Total 80 crores CRR is created in this question. Is that clear, Anuradha? It is correct to say that a listed company cannot use security premium not realized in cash for the purpose of bonus shares and redemption. Exactly right, Aslam. Anuradha, the query was before you explain the solution. It's posted late. Thank you again, sir. Welcome, beta. Okay, come to illustration number because a student has sent me illustration number 3 also, maybe. Yeah. How the amount of cash and cash equivalents and in notes to account how the amount of equity share capital will be 2/3 only, sir. Okay. Let's see illustration number 3, beta. Everyone come to illustration number 3 first. Yes. Delimited, a non-listed company, furnishes the following balance sheet. Okay. Your query is basically how the amount of cash and cash equivalent and in notes to accounts, how the amount of equity share capital will be 2000 only. Okay. Cash and cash equivalents and equity share capital. Okay. This is basically in thousands. First of all, let it be very much clear. And then he says equity share capital 2700. Okay. How it is? It is all about in notes to account. Okay. Share will be 2000 only, sir. It is 2 lakh 50, 2500 in total. So how much are buyback by you? That will be reduced, and obviously balance will be written there. So see here it is. Buyback 20% of it, equity share capital at the rate of 50 per share. So 20% means at the rate of 50 per share. Okay. 20% means out of total, how much is the total beta? Total is 2500. So we have to go for 20% of it. That is 500. Okay. So balance will be 2000 only because 20% will be buyback and the balance 2000 will be shown in the next balance sheet. Okay. Cash and cash equivalent. Okay. So is that clear? This is clear? 2000. Sharon. Buyback is not allowed to be shown as an investment because the owner will increase the value of his balance sheet with this. If he will uh, show a liability in one side and an investment of the same type of investment in the other side, then what he is doing, he is just trying to increase the value of his balance sheet so that he can get good loans or he can make others confused about his balance sheet because it will show that he has made investments of rupees 1000 crores in his own company, which is not properly shown because this he can hidden by way of giving a less information about the investments. On the left side, that is liability side, he may show that there are 1000 crores of share capital, and that is obviously looking very big. And on the right side, that is on the asset side, he will show that there is a 1000 crores of investment that meant to come, or 500 crores of investment, or 800 crores of investment out of obviously that own equity shares. But he's not presenting equity shares in that way that it will be understood that it will be an investment in his own company. He may do that now by way of a you may say miscommunicating the information by way of making the information in a hidden way, and that is very bad. And second thing is a owner cannot invest in his own company. He may have, if he is interested to invest, then it means for he's just making fool to others that I have made investment of 1000 crores in my company, whereas actually he has not made it. अपनी ही जेब में से पैसे निकाल के दूसरी जेब में डाल लेना ये कोई लॉजिक नहीं होता बेटा. तो ये इसमें कहा जाता है. शरण, इज दैट क्लियर? नाउ talking about your cash and cash equivalent. So see here it is. How much cash and cash equivalent is given to us? Yeah, it is given 800 to us. So 800 is the cash and cash equivalent given to us. We have to find that how much is the amount which will remain after doing all this. So that will be only by preparing your cash and cash equivalent account. You may better prepare a cash and cash equivalent account. In that you will better understood that how this amount will be resulted. You may see here it is 2200 will be added in that. So it will become 1000 or 3000. You may see that here this amount of 2200 is received. So it will be added in that 800. And then further see all the entries you have to see nothing else. You have to made a plus and minus. Less you have to made 2500. Obviously it will remain 500 now. Then there are only two adjustments. 800, 2200 will be added and 800 will be deducted. 500, 2500 will be deducted. So that will become 500 at the end. So how much notes to accounts are shown? It is shown 500 beta. It's very simple beta. Opening balance is 800. Plus we have added 2200 which has been received in our first entry by way of sale of investment. Less we have paid for the buyback 2500. So balance is 500 beta. So that is shown here. Nothing else. Why only 300 transferred to CRR account, not 500? In this question, okay. For that purpose, I would like to see that how much is equity shares worth rupees 2500 are there. Okay. And we have revenue reserve worth rupees 3000 crores. So there's 3000 thousands. Okay. CRR is created. Nominal value. Okay. 20% of its equity capital. Okay. But there is an error here. You may see that CRR worth rupees 300 is created. I think there must be some error. Just wait. Yeah, there's an error, beta. Very good. Who has found it? Abdul. Abdul, he has written correctly, but amount is written wrongly. He has already mentioned that. If you will see here, he has written correctly, but the amount is taken wrongly. Okay, good, good, good. No, no. In this case, one more thing is there. Here, you would like to check it out that preference shares are purchased by us. Preference shares are issued by us only 2 months back for the purpose of buyback. Already we have made a fresh issue of 200. I have already given you an equation when we have started this chapter. Face value of buyback of equity shares should be equivalent to CRR plus face value of fresh issue of alternative shares. Alternative share means some other share, not the same kind of shares, whatever we are going to buy back. It should be something different. So here it is 500. It is CRR should be calculated by us. And this is already given to us. We have made buyback worth rupees. Face value of fresh issue is of alternative shares is worth rupees 200. So CRR will be created for 300 only. because automatically this entry has already been passed. If we have to pass this entry now, we may pass it. There's no problem. It may be given to us. It may be given to us that we have. So it will be according to the concept, whatever the concept is given. Is that clear? Yes. Illustration number 4. Come to illustration number 4, beta. Sorry. Preference shares are issued for redemption, even if it is not mentioned that preference shares are issued for redemption. Even then, if preference shares are issued now, then we have to reduce it. It all depends. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि preference shares का जो issue हम करेंगे वो buyback के लिए ही करेंगे, अगर इसके बाद कर रहे हैं, अगर हमने buyback का plan कर लिया, उसके बाद हम लोग ये preference share issue कर रहे हैं, तो वो किस लिए करेंगे? वो automatically आपको minus करना ही करना है, even if it is not mentioned. No. No. So come to illustration number 4 now. Everyone. Yes. What is the doubt? What was your doubt in illustration number 4? Can you tell me first? Redemption of preference shares as per Section 52 of Companies Act, whose financial statements are comply with the accounting standard under Section 133, then such companies can't utilize security premium money for premium reduction of. Then it is in this question why it is utilized. But one thing should be very much clear to you, that premium or security premium is available for utilizing on redemption of preference shares. So whether something is specifically mentioned, see here it is. Just see if you are saying I would like to take it out. If something is specifically given in the question that it is not to be utilized, then obviously we will not. एक बार देख लेते हैं. It's a non-listed company. Okay. Okay. So in illustration number 4, why security premium is utilized for premium? ठीक है. As per section 52, as per section 52 of Companies Act, whose financial statements are comply with or are not complying with the accounting standards. Are not complying with. If these are not complying with accounting standards, then such companies can't utilize now. So here where it is mentioned that they have not complying with the accounting standards, it is not mentioned anywhere, beta. Angel, is that mentioned somewhere in the question that they are not following accounting standards? No, it is not mentioned anywhere in the question. So if they are following accounting standard, obviously security premium can be utilized. There's no problem. I'm not able to understand your query, beta. Any other query in illustration number 4 to anyone? No. Okay. Any other query, beta? Preference shares are issued before 2 months. Okay, okay, okay. So let's go for the next concept. I think illustration number 4 you have already done, all of you. So all the illustrations and questions, whatever we have discussed in our previous lecture that you have to do, I expect that you have already done it. So coming to the next concept of our buyback of shares, let's start with that. Yeah, for that you have to go for the theory part, which is given in this question specifically, in this chapter specifically. Hani Agarwal, investment in own debentures. Beta, where it is? Investment in own debentures. Which question? Yeah, that is in illustration number 4. Yes. So, is there any problem in investment in own debentures? There's no problem, beta. Actually, Hani Agarwal. Okay. Hani, if you are interested to see regarding investment in own debenture, this is a good point. In illustration number 4, those who have done it very good. Those who have done it must see it because this is a very important point. What? So, here debentures are given to you worth rupees 4 lakhs. Okay, 4 lakh worth of debentures are given in your question. So, what about the investments that is also given to you? If you will see that investments, yeah, in third point he has given it. In point number third he has given it. See here it is. Yes, included in its investment in own debenture costing rupees 2 lakh, face value rupees 2.20 lakh. These debentures were cancelled on 1st of April. Okay. So he says ki debentures of the face value of rupees 2.20 lakh were purchased by us for rupees 2 lakh. These are our own debentures which have been purchased. We can purchase our own debentures. There is no problem. It is allowed. If you have already done the chapter redemption of debentures, in that you have already studied this, according to my opinion. So included in its investment were investment in own debenture costing rupees 2 lakh. So these debentures were cancelled on 1st of April. These are to be cancelled means we have to pass a reverse entry for it. Maybe you know about the cancellation of own debentures also. So first of all, let's see that these debentures were available in our books worth rupees 2.20 lakh. Because the face value of the debentures is 2.20 lakhs, obviously it will be presented in our balance sheet in liability side for rupees 2.20 lakh. So when it will be cancelled, this is available in our asset side for rupees 2 lakh. Okay. So it means for we have earned a profit of 20,000 on it when we will cancel it. So entry will be very simple. Investment in own debenture account will be created and debentures account will be debited. So debenture account debit with rupees 2.20 lakhs to investment in own debenture. This is 2 lakh and we have earned a profit on redemption, profit on redemption we can say. So this is 20,000. So this will be the entry which will be passed in this case. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, Shivlani, whenever you have to use reserves, first of all, you have to use general reserve for the purpose of creating CRR. Then you may use other, you may say revenue reserve, etc. if there is any. Otherwise, you have to go for P&L account. Means P&L account will be utilized at the end. We will start from first reserve should be general reserve and the last reserve should be P&L account. Remaining is all up to our requirement. Is there cold at your place? There is fog till now here in Jaipur. I'm in Manali and enjoying complete snowfall. Yesterday I was in Solang Valley and enjoyed a lot. Shilani, so we can't expect that type of snowfall in other areas because this is the hilly area and this is the most beautiful area in all over the world, we can say. So can we say shareholder account instead of buyback account? No, no, no. Instead of buyback account as in case of preferential. No, it is not allowed, Vashisht. Angel, profit on cancellation of debenture where it is shown in the balance sheet. Profit on cancellation of own debentures will go to P&L account, beta. So it has been shown in P&L account. You may see that profit or loss account will increase. See the balance of P&L account, it will increase. How much was the balance of P&L account earlier? See in illustration number 4, revenue reserve worth rupees 50 lakhs are given to you in the beginning. Later on, what happens? See, make all the adjustments in this revenue reserve. Its balance will automatically increase with this profit on cancellation of own debentures. Okay, so this 20,000 will go to that. Otherwise, revenue reserve is utilized. Yes, yes, yes. So revenue reserve of 50 lakhs are utilized by us. That will reduce. So it has been already calculated by him, according to my opinion. Yeah, revenue reserve. Okay, okay, okay. I should recommend that you should have to do this question at your own end. It will be very good. अगर ये question आपने अपने हाथों से किया होता तो मजा आ जाता. Because it have many points and you can practice yourself. You can check yourself that where you stand. So it should be done properly by you and do with your own way. Because you know about the cancellation of own debenture, you know each and everything about all these points are well known to you. So I recommend you to you have to you do this question at your own. मैं करवाऊंगा तब भी हो जाएगा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं बिकॉज आपने मेरे से सारे पॉइंट पूछ लिए हैं मैंने आपको बता दिए हैं बट अगर ये क्वेश्चन आप खुद करते तो बड़ा अच्छा लगता मुझे पूरा क्वेश्चन आप अपने आप करते तो बढ़िया रहता Here revenue reserve is 50 lakhs in the beginning and in the closing balance sheet it is worth rupees. Yeah, he has added this into capital reserve. Profit on cancellation of debenture. Yes, it will go to capital reserve. Exactly. Right. It will not go to P&L account. This is right. So whatever is the profit on cancellation of debentures, that will be debited to capital reserve. So it has been added in capital reserve 20,000 rupees. Check it out. In your notes, it has been given. You may see here it is. Yes. Here it has been added. You may check it out. Why is question taken in capital reserve? Profit on cancellation is to be transferred to capital reserve. Exactly, there's no problem. Very good, Angel. Is it necessary to pass all entries in same sequence? It is better to pass whatever the sequence I have given. That will be a good sequence. You may use that. That will be a better option. Remaining, if you will go into your different books, they are using different type of pattern because it is not full and finalized that what should be the procedure. But genuine procedure should be whatever we have discussed. Because first of all, we have let them due, then we have to make arrangement, and finally we have to go for payment. But they people are doing it in some different way, so there's no problem. You may go accordingly. I think this is clear. Done, sir. No doubt till now. Very good. It is it. Sure. I think all the doubts have been taken care of. So come at the beginning of this chapter. This is an important point regarding your chapter. If you will see here, this theory part will help you to understand each and everything. There are buyback of securities point. In this, you must have to read once all these points. Point number one, this will be your part. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. All that you have to read properly because these will cover many points. It will give you many important points. Even I would like to highlight these points for you. Otherwise, you should have to read it. Okay. Before going for the next point, I would like to show that what are the most important points in this chapter. Point number seven, very important point. You must have to underline it in your books. When a company completes a buyback of its shares or other securities, it shall not make further issue of same kind of shares, including allotment of further shares under clause A of subsection 1 within the period of 6 months or in the discharge of subsisting obligations such as conversion of warrants, stock options, schemes, sweat shares, conversion of preference shares or debenture into equity shares. So I think this is very much clear that company must have to keep it into mind that company can't go for the same type of shares within the next period of 6 months. Except these are the exceptions that this can be done. Bonus shares can be issued, conversion, stock options, warrants, etc., sweat shares, or any conversion is there to be done regarding preference share or debenture, that is allowed, nothing else. But no fresh issue can be made properly within a period of 6 months from the date of this particular buyback. So the company must not have to make someone fool by way of doing this thing. One day they may buy back their shares. Later on, after 15 days or 1 month, they will again issue the shares. So that is just to make the other person fool. To stop that, they have done it. Very important point. Point number 7, that if it will come into your exam, you will have to give the answer properly. Remaining is theories. That is all up to you to read it and comply with that. Yeah, this is the most important point which is already discussed by us in our preference shares also, when we have done it in redemption of preference shares in paper 1, that those preference shares which are to be redeemed or those equity shares which are to be buyback must be fully paid up. Must be fully paid up. They must not be partly paid up. If they are partly paid up, they will let them make it fully paid up. Only then they can go for the buyback. So buyback कभी भी partly paid up का नहीं हो सकता. Now, where a company purchases its own debenture out of free reserves or security premium, a sum equal to the, this is already discussed by us. Huh? Yeah, this is also a good point. Premium, except on buyback over the premium on buyback of shares, whatever we are saying, that can be adjusted from security premium we have already discussed, but this cannot be utilized. This cannot be written off from revaluation reserve, which is representing unrealized profit, and hence it cannot be used for buy. Means revaluation reserve cannot be utilized until and unless it has been realized in cash, or even in a number of ways. You will see it in our books. Capital reserve will be given to you. So capital reserve is given in two ways. One is from the sale of assets. So this is allowed to be utilized. From the revaluation of assets, so this is not allowed to be utilized. Let it be very much clear, because it will not be named as revaluation reserve in your books of accounts. Revaluation reserve is normally named as capital reserve in the books of accounts. So you will get this question in your exam, that there may be a chance of this one. So you must have to go accordingly. CRR can be created out of debentures issued for the purpose of buyback. Can be created out of debentures issued for the purpose of debentures cannot be issued for the purpose of buyback. Let's see. There's no problem. Just wait. I would like to show all the points, because you must not have to create a nuisance in your exams by doing all these things. Right? One more point which is very important, that is given here. Provided that no offer of buyback under this subsection shall be made within a period of 1 year, reckoned from the date of closure of a previous offer of buyback. Once you will make buyback, you can't make buyback again for the next 12 months. Keep it into your mind. It is not allowed at all. एक बार आपने बायबैक कर दिया तो आपको 1 ईयर तक वेट करना पड़ेगा दोबारा बायबैक की ऑफर देने के लिए. ये नहीं कि आपने बायबैक करा और 1 महीने के बाद दोबारा कर दिया. दैट इज नॉट अलाउड एट ऑल. ये important, this is very important point. It may come into your exam, because this type of even practical questions are made, so that a student will have to confuse and lose the marks. Yeah, this is very important. Let it be very much clear. The companies, to buy, if interested to buy back their own shares, then what they have to do? It will utilize free reserves by creating CRR. It will utilize security premium for the purpose of writing of premium on redemption. The proceed of the issue of any share or other specified securities. So no buyback of any kind of shares or other specified share security shall be made out of the proceed of an earlier issue of same kind of shares or same kind of other specified securities. So old issue cannot be taken care of except if it is done specifically. If equity shares are to be bought back, then preference shares may be issued for the purpose. Means for the purpose of redemption of equity shares, we will preferably go for preference shares only. No other options are available. You need not to go and issue debentures because only preference share is the right option for the purpose of this. If he says that debentures are to be issued, then it will not be reduced while creating CRR because I have not mentioned it anywhere. I have already mentioned face value of shares to be bought back should be equal to CRR plus face value of shares to be issued, which must not be of some other category because he have already made the proceed of the issue of any shares or other specified securities shall be made out of the proceed of an earlier issue of same kind. No buyback of any kind of shares or other specified security shall be made out of the proceed of an earlier issue of the same kind of shares or same kind of other specified securities. If equity shares will be bought back, then preference shares may be issued for this purpose. That is the main option, nothing else. This is a normal error which will be made by the students. Now, next important point is which will come into the practical questions which we'll have to discuss now. The important provisions relating to the buyback. The buyback is authorized by its article. One thing is very much important, it must be authorized by the article. Then second, a special resolution has been passed in the general meeting. This is a process. A special resolution has been passed in the general meeting of the company authorizing the buyback. The above provision do not apply where the buyback is 10% or less of the paid up capital plus free reserves. So means special resolution is not required. When the buyback is made for 10% or less of the paid up equity capital plus free reserves. So you have to make addition of paid up equity capital, not the paid up total capital, because preference will not be taken care of. Only equity capital will be taken care of. Paid up equity capital plus free reserves. In that case, if it is authorized by the board resolution passed at a duly convened meeting of the director, so it will be done by the board of directors only. In case the buyback is up to 10% of its paid up capital, the same may be done with the authorization of the board resolution with the necessity of it being authorized by the article of association and by a special resolution of the members. So this is an exception to it. If we are interested to do it, then it can be done without a special resolution. Now, the buyback must be equal or less than 25% of the total paid up capital and free reserves of the company. Means 10% wali condition that will not be utilized by us in practical aspect. In practical aspect, we have to utilize this condition. We have to go for the resource test. What is the resource test? That buyback must be equal or less than 25% of the total paid up capital and free reserves. Means you have to, if your paid up capital is, assume it is 100 crores plus your 50 crore is the free reserve available with you, then we have 150 crores. Then we cannot make buyback. In any case, we cannot make buyback of more than 25%. We can make a maximum up to 25%, that is 37.5 lakhs. That's it. Further, the buyback of shares in the financial year must not exceed 25% of its total paid up capital and free reserve. Also, this is a share outstanding test. This is regarding number of shares. So this is comparatively one and the same thing. If we talk about this thing that there are, you may say we have 1 lakh shares at the rate of 100 each, and that becomes this. Then we cannot make maximum 25% the buyback of shares in any financial. Both are to some extent these are similar, so that is not a big difference. We will discuss it when I'll go for it. Then I'll do it practically. Then I will let you understand this point. What is the difference between resource test and outstanding test? That is somehow to be discussed later. Next is the ratio of the debt owned by the company, both secured and unsecured. means long-term borrowings are to be taken, whether it is secured or unsecured. After such buyback, should not be more than twice the total of its paid-up capital and free reserves. That means for debt equity, the ratio should be less than or equal to 2:1. Why? The reason is there, if debentures are lying with us worth rupees 200 crores and equity is already with us for rupees 50 crores and reserves are with us for rupees 20 crores, that means for 50 plus 20, 70 crores. So if it is 70 crores, then debt equity, what is the debt equity ratio in this case? 200 is to 70. How much it is? It is 2.33, 2 point something. 2.8 something आ जाएगा. So the ratio will be 2.8 is to 1. So 2.8 is to 1 ratio is there. He says the ratio of the debt owed by the company after such buyback is not more than twice, is not more than 2. If it is already 2.8, then we cannot go for buyback. Buyback can be done only and only if after buyback, the ratio will be 2 or less than 2, not more than that. So that debentures are to be given a preferential right of payment. Because if we have debentures worth in our books of accounts, then this is pay us first, don't go for the equity shares first. So that is the concept behind this. This is the control made by the government that a company must not take over its must not work on the basis of loans only. There must be some equity capital so that there must not be any big risk to the you may say businessmen's, because in that case what will happen, they will take loans from the banks or issue debentures, work in the market and then run. Because if there are equity shares, then obviously the equity shares are owned by them. If they have owned equity shares only, then they will go for good management. Otherwise, they will earn and run from the country. So there may be such type of problems. To control that, we will have to do this, which you have given for which you have given for practice question number 3. Don't worry, we will discuss because now we have gone for the next concepts. So we'll discuss practical questions later. But if there is any problem, not it is sir. But other specified securities include debentures and preference shares वाले तो बेस एग्जांपल है EQ के लिए, इक्विटी के लिए इक्विटी नहीं कर सकते. Uh, is it purpose of security of creditors? Exactly, beta. This is for the purpose of security of creditors. I think this is clear to you. So if it is to be done, and this is 150 crores, let's change it. If it is 150 crores, then it means for this is how much? 170 crores. If it is 170 crores, then it means for the ratio is 200 is to 170. How much it is? Get it how much it is? So this is the ratio before buyback. Now company is interested to buy back its shares. So the buyback of share can be made maximum, we can make it 100. We can make it 100 maximum. We can go for maximum 70 crores or 70 lakhs, whatever we are assuming, 70 crores of equity shares to be buyback. Because the ratio cannot exceed 2. So if it is 200, we can maximum make it 100. Because 200 into 100 is equal to 2:1. So the debenture equity ratio, debt equity ratio can be maximum 2. So accordingly, we can make the issue of, we can make the buyback of shares. So the buyback of shares can be made maximum 4 rupees 70 crores, not more than that. Is that clear? No, that will not be applied to Abdul. Abdul has asked a query that this test will also apply to 10% buyback of shares. No, that test will be applied to everywhere. There's no problem. It will be applied to 10, whether you are making 1% buyback or you are making 25% buyback or 10% buyback. That is not a point of consideration. This test will be applied everywhere. We must have to check it out. That is a mandatory requirement. But for that, data must be given to us. Information must be given to us. We need not to do it in each and every question, whatever question is given to us. और मीन्स कर सकते हैं, चेक करना तो हमारी जिम्मेवारी बनती है. दिस इज अवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू चेक इट आउट बिकॉज दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोविजन. बट द इशू इज नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन वट एवर वी हैव डन in that this condition is already satisfied. Due to that reason we have not checked it. So you may check it out whenever you will get a question of buyback in your exam. You may check it out because it is basic requirement to be checked. One requirement is this one. Second requirement is it must not be more than 25% of the paid up capital and free reserve. That is a very easy to be checked. Let's check in some questions. You have already done some question. May check it out in other questions also. There's no problem. Okay, remaining points are normal points which you must have to read and keep it into your mind. Come to illustration number 5, beta. Read the question properly. First of all, read the illustration number 5, then I'll discuss with you each and everything regarding this point. Yes, read it fast, beta. Those who are watching at YouTube are not even given their feedback. So I think you people must give your feedback also, because if you are seeing it on YouTube, then it is always better to give feedback because they have given you the option. That is, if it is good, give a thumb impression. If it is not good, give a down impression. So if you are satisfied, you must have to give thumb impression. That will be a good option. So let's discuss about this illustration. Yeah, very simple illustration. You are required to compute by debt equity ratio test the maximum number of shares that can be bought back in the light of above information when the offer price for buyback is 30 per share. Okay. So you have to go accordingly. We have to make debt equity test here. So check it out. Whereas in book it is written that no other specified securities or debenture should be included for buyback. Uh, Pranay, just wait. I'll come to your point. Just I'm going to discuss about this question because this is an important question from examination point of view. So all you have to do this first. Don't worry. Pratham Limited, a non-listed company, has the following capital structure. So here, equity share capital is given to you. That is 30 lakhs. General reserve is given to you. This is a free reserve, 32 lakh 50,000, which is to be added. Security premium is given to you, which is not to be utilized. Profit or loss account is given to you, which will be utilized, 4 lakh 30,000. So these all will be added, and loan is given to you, that is 42 lakhs. This is regarding your debentures, whatever we are talking. Yeah. For this purpose, you must have to read the first paragraph, first point of this chapter, where it has been specifically mentioned that these three reserves can be utilized. You must have to check it out. For the purpose of this definition, you must have to check. Yeah. Even it is given in summary also that for buyback of shares, you can utilize free reserves or security premium or proceed of any shares. So when he have given the definition of free reserves, I would like to show that also to you. So this is a summary given to you. I think you people must have to read this summary at the end because this will be a good option. So when we have to calculate free reserves, then you have to add security premium in that also for the purpose of this debt equity ratio. That has been calculated here. I think this is not easy to be done by you. I would like to do one thing for you. Let's do it here. 30 lakh is the equity share capital. Free reserves are also given to you to some extent. Yes. So equity share capital is 30 lakhs. Then free reserves are given to you. Out of that, first of all, we have general reserve, that is worth rupees 32.5 lakhs. Security premium is given to you. This is 6 lakhs. Then profit loss account is given to you. 4,30,000. 4.30 lakh is given to you. So total amount is how much it is? ₹42.80 lakhs. Total amount is 72.80 lakhs. So while calculating debt equity ratio, first of all, see what is the debt equity ratio here. This is debts are worth rupees 42 lakhs. It is 72.80 lakhs. So currently the ratio is much less than 2. There's no problem. We can maximum make it up to is to 1. So currently it is approximately 0.54 or zero point 0.5. Hai na? So ratio is comparatively very less. There's no problem. We can maximum make it up to 2. So for that purpose, you have to go for the concept of debt equity ratio. On that basis, you must have to check that how much maximum equity to be buyback. Maximum. How you will calculate the maximum? For that purpose, you will check it is 42 lakhs is the value of debentures with us. That is debentures divided by let equity after buyback is equal to X. So if we'll assume it as X, then what will happen? We'll take it like this 42 debt equity ratio formula should be known to everyone. Debt divided by equity. It should be maximum 2:1. So how much is the debt that is given to you? 42 lakhs beta. How much is the equity that you have to calculate? It is taken as X 2 divided by 1. How much is the X? X is now 21 lakhs. So first point is clear to everyone. Note it down, please. It's 21 lakhs. Now maximum equity shares to be bought back. How to calculate? How much should be the maximum amount? Total available minus to be retained. How much is to be retained? That is to be deducted. So how much is the total available amount? Total available amount is 72.80 lakhs beta. That is all known to everyone that we have already calculated 72.80 lakh. Less to be retained. How much must be retained? We must have to retain maximum a minimum 21 lakhs. So maximum we can go for equity shares to be bought back 50. It should be how much it is? 72.80 minus 21 lakhs. 51 lakh 80,000. Is that clear to everyone? 51 lakh 80,000. there is an error in module, don't go according to the module because there is an error in module. मॉड्यूल में गलती है, वहां से नहीं करना हमने, वहां पर मिस्टेक है, जो मैं करवा रहा हूँ उसको करना है बेटा. So 51,80,000 is the maximum equity shares to be bought back. Okay. So these are you bought back at which price? That is also given to you. If you will see the yes, come to the question. It is to be bought back at 30 rupees per share. 30 rupees per share is the price at which it is to be bought back. Okay. That is given to you. Now it means for now what we need exactly. We need first of all the equity shares to be first of all minimum equity to be retained that we have already added. It is to be 21 lakhs. ये तो क्लियर हो गया सभी को ना यहाँ तक तो. Now when we have to make buyback, some amount will go to CRR also. Let it be very much clear. कुछ amount CRR में भी जाएगी, तो उसका भी हमें ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा बिकॉज वो ऑटोमेटिकली हमारी जो वैल्यू है उसको रिड्यूस कर जाएगी. ध्यान से देखने वाला काम क्या है कि जब आप लोग ये सब कुछ करने जा रहे हो तो सीआरआर विल ऑटोमेटिकली रिड्यूस, सीआरआर विल बी क्रिएटेड, सीआरआर टू क्रिएट सीआरआर अवर फ्री रिजर्व विल रिड्यूस. ओके. सो यहां तक समय लग गया ना. देयर मस्ट नॉट बी एनी डाउट टिल नाउ. वी मे डू वन थिंग, we will do after the break because it is somehow technical. I think you people need a break also to understand it. Half I have done, half I will do after the break. Okay. So sir, have a break please. Welcome back after the break. So we are at buyback, है ना? So buyback में what we are doing? We are discussing about the way how much amount is permitted to be buyback. The concept is based on the law. Whatever is the law given for the purpose of buyback, that will be kept into mind while doing all that. So first of all, I would like to review that once again for you. So it should be easy to understand. Okay, my dear. In the given illustration number 5, whatever we are discussing, if you will see illustration number 5. This is a wrong calculation, or the some error is there in your module. Due to that reason, I have taken this so that I will do it for you. So it will be rectified automatically with you. Right? Otherwise, it will not be available. Na? So I have started from the first concept. First of all, let's understand the debt equity ratio. For that, what should be the equity? Note it down with you. For the purpose of calculating equity, security premium will be taken into consideration. This is a one point which is to be kept into mind. Because this I have already taken into consideration, that security premium will be taken into consideration for the purpose of calculating free reserves for the debt equity ratio. Okay, one thing is clear to every student. Now we have taken it 72.80 lakhs. Now take the debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio currently is not required to be calculated. That is just for the purpose of giving understanding to you. This is not required to be done in the exam. This particular point is not required. This is for just letting you understand that the current ratio is very good, because according to company, according to, you may say, debenture holders, they are comparatively less than the equity shareholders. So they will be paid earlier. Obviously, their internal competition will reduce. Their internal competition, because equity have no competition with debenture holders while making the payment. You know it very well. Debentures have their internal competition. You may say debts have their internal competition only. जो पेमेंट के टाइम पे होता है प्रेफरेंशियल पेमेंट के. So here it is very good, but it can maximum go up to 2:1. That we know. So taking that into our mind, maximum equity to be bought back if you are interested to get it. Maximum that is to be calculated. It is not 42 lakh. Is that clear? It is not 42 lakh. Currently, it is given to you that 42 lakh is the value of debts given to you. Okay, so we have assumed that the equity after buyback, with one concept in our mind, that after buyback, what will happen? Maximum, minimum equity to be retained. This is called minimum to be retained. It will not go beyond this. इससे नीचे नहीं जानी चाहिए. कम से कम इतनी तो रिटेन करनी ही करनी है, वो निकालना चाहता हूं मैं. तो दैट आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड बाय अज्यूमिंग इट एज एक्स. मैंने मान लिया कि ये एक्स हो सकती है. मिनिमम इक्विटी टू बी रिटेन. So that is 21 lakh. Okay, by using debt equity method. Currently, what it is? Currently, it is 72.80 lakh that we have already calculated. 21 lakh to be retained by us. So, how much is allowed? Maximum 51.80 lakh can be utilized for the purpose of this. Maximum amount to be utilized. Okay. But the most important point is, when it is to be utilized, we are interested to calculate the number of. Let's assume whenever we have to make buyback, we all know that free reserves, that is the amount included in it, will also be utilized for the purpose of for the purpose of creating CRR. Also includes amount to be utilized for the purpose of creating CRR. So if you are interested to calculate this amount, that how much number of shares to be bought back, let's assume that y, I'm not taking according to your module, I'm taking my own assumption. Okay, let's assume that y is the amount to be transferred to CRR beta. CRR में कितना ट्रांसफर करना y, so that means for amount, minimum amount, maximum, sorry, not minimum, maximum, because we have calculated that this can be utilized maximum. Okay, so maximum amount of equity for buyback excluding CRR, because CRR is to be taken separately. So 51 lakh 80,000 minus CRR, because when you will assume that we have a 100 rupees with us in equity share capital, and we have a free reserves worth rupees 50 with us, or you may assume chalo take it as 100. This is an example I'm taking only for you. So this is 200 na? So there are many points which you have to keep it into mind. While doing all this, you note very well we have to transfer some amount to CRR out of this free reserve. Also, he says you will have to maintain some amount out of this total. So we have to deduct here separately. But that amount is to be deducted, CRR amount is to be deducted, minimum amount to be deducted. Only then we will be able to get how much amount will be utilized from it, and even that should be the face value. So there are three steps basically. If you will take it seriously, there are three steps. One step is you should have to check it out that how much is to be kept. That is 51 lakh 80. Minus how much is to be utilized for CRR, so that we can get excluding CRR how much it is. So that is 51 lakh 80,000 minus X beta, minus Y, sorry. Now, third point is face value of equity shares to be bought back. Because we have to bought back only at face value beta. So how face value is calculated? We know that I have rupees 1 lakh available with me. Just an example. For the purpose of utilizing it for the purpose of buyback. Now this is the total amount. What it is? It is a total amount. Because we have to write off premium also out of it. No? So this includes the total value. So what is the, we have to use a formula here, means maximum amount to be utilized divided by face buyback price. It will be divided by the buyback price. Just assume that it will be 20. And we have to calculate the face value. Then we have to multiply it with the face value per share. That is the calculation which we have to make. So I am taking that way. Maximum amount of equity for buyback divided by buyback price per share into face value per share. It meant for we have to do 51 lakh 80,000 minus Y divided by 30 into 10. I'll take all the problems except just to come to this question beta only. That will be a better option. पहले ये क्वेश्चन अच्छी तरह से कर लो, ये इतना कुछ जरूरी है बिकॉज दिस विल कम इनटू योर एग्जाम. You have to presume that this will come into your exam with good marks. It will not be of 3 marks or 5 marks question. It will be minimum of you may say 10 marks or 15 to 20 marks question. So it will be a big question. Just try to do it sincerely. So this is the equation which will come to us. Face value of equity shares to be bought back. Earlier we have assumed that amount to be transferred to CRR should be Y. That we have already discussed. Now we have to assume what is the face value of equity shares to be bought back. That will also be assumed. So face value of equity shares to be bought back is equal to 51 lakh 80,000 minus Y divided by 3. So this is another system. Now I think this is clear to everyone. Just send me. Is that clear whatever we have discussed till now? एक बार मैं हिंदी में भी समझाता हूँ फिर आप बताना. शुरू से देखो बेटा. सबसे पहले तो बड़ा सिंपल है कि हमें कितनी अमाउंट रखनी है इसमें. उसके लिए मैंने क्या किया कि हमारे पास पहले इक्विटी निकाल ली 72 लाख 80,000 है. इसमें से मैंने मान लिया कि हमारी डेट इक्विटी रेशियो के हिसाब से हमें 21 लाख रुपए 21 लाख रुपए तो इक्विटी को रिटेन करना ही करना है. इससे कम हम लोग नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो इसको रिटेन करना तो मैक्सिमम कितना बोट बैक कर सकते हो, माइनस कर दो. माइनस करके निकल आएगा, उसमें कोई मुश्किल नहीं था. तो 51 लाख 80,000 रह गया. मीन्स 51 लाख 80,000 रुपीज अवेलेबल है. चाहे सीआरआर क्रिएट करो, चाहे इक्विटी शेयर्स को आप बाय बैक करो, कुछ भी करो. आप ध्यान दो ना यहाँ पर बेटा. ये देखो, एक बार समझने की कोशिश करो मेरी बात को. आप सारे मुझे लग रहा है समझ भी रहे हो, बट मैं इवन देन आपको ना दोबारा से इसलिए समझा रहा हूँ ताकि आप अपने आप ये क्वेश्चन को कर पाओ. यू विल हैव टू डू दिस क्वेश्चन एट योर ओन लेटर ऑन ना, बिकॉज दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन आई विल गिव टू यू इन योर होमवर्क आल्सो. ये देखो, हमारे पास करंट पोजीशन क्या है. हमारी जो करंट पोजीशन है बेटा वो ये है. मेरे पास इक्विटी 30 लाख की है. जब मैं बायबैक करता हूँ तो होता क्या क्या है उसमें. एक तो 30 लाख में से रिडक्शन होती है बेटा, ये तो सभी को समझ लग गया. दूसरी तो ये जनरल रिजर्व भी तो कम हो जाता है बिकॉज इससे हम सीआरआर क्रिएट कर लेते हैं. देन क्या होता है, देन मेरा सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम भी कम हो जाता है. देन मेरा प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट भी कम हो जाता है. कि ये सारी चीजें भी तो यूटिलाइज होंगी. रिवैल्यूएशन रिजर्व में फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, और वैसे भी इसकी कैलकुलेशन कोई नहीं है हमारी. अगर लोन फंड्स की बात करें तो लोन फंड्स पे भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. तो हमने क्या करना है, जब ये सारी कैलकुलेशन करनी है तो इन सभी के इम्पैक्ट्स देखने हैं. अब ये इम्पैक्ट पड़ता क्यों है, बिकॉज एक तो हम लोग सीआरआर क्रिएट करते हैं बेटा जब भी हम रिडम्पशन करते हैं. एक हमारी इक्विटी रिड्यूस होती है. देखो, इक्विटी विल रिड्यूस. देख लो, whenever whenever buyback is made, buyback is done, what will happen, equity will reduce, equity capital will reduce. Like that we should have to write, not write it like this. One thing is your equity share capital will reduce. Second thing is your the revenue, matlab free reserves. I would like to say the word exact word. Your free reserves will also reduce. So both will have an impact on equity. What is equity? Equity means for equity share capital plus free reserves, beta. So it includes both, beta. So obviously this will have its own impact. This will have its own impact. So I'm going to assume it has different. It means there will be dual impact if you will see. So we have to make all the effects while making all these calculations. Now tell me, अब तक क्लियर है कि दोनों चीजें होंगी. तो ये इसको मैंने करके दिखाया यहाँ पर. मैंने क्या किया, मैंने इसमें से देखो, सबसे पहले तो ये मान लिया कि हमारे पास 51,80,000 रुपीज अवेलेबल है। सब कुछ करना है इसमें से, सीआरआर भी क्रिएट करना है आपने, इक्विटी को भी करना है, सब कुछ। मेरे पास टोटल अमाउंट इतनी है बस, इससे ज्यादा नहीं मैं यूज कर सकता। तो मैंने क्या किया, इसमें से मान लिया कि वाई जो है वो मेरा सीआरआर है, तो पहले तो मैंने सीआरआर माइनस कर दिया। उसके बाद क्या है, इक्विटी करनी है मैंने। अब इक्विटी तो मैक्सिमम मैं यूटिलाइज कितनी कर सकता हूँ, जो मेरे पास टोटल अमाउंट है वो कितनी रहेगी, जो इसको सीआरआर को माइनस करने के बाद आएगी। सीआरआर तो मुझे पता ही नहीं है कितना करना, बिकॉज मैंने कौन सा अब तक डिसाइड किया कि मेरी इक्विटी कितनी, मैंने इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल के कितने शेयर्स को बाय बैक करना है, तो मुझे पता ही नहीं है। तो इसलिए मुझे इसे एज्यूम करना पड़ा भाई। अब मुझे जो भी करना है, सीआरआर वगैरह क्रिएट करना है, सबके लिए मुझे तो इक्विटी शेयर्स के नंबर चाहिए। तो मैंने इसीलिए क्या किया कि मेरे पास टोटल अमाउंट कितनी है जो मैंने बायबैक के लिए यूज करनी है, डिवाइड बाय बायबैक प्राइस पर शेयर इनटू फेस वैल्यू प्राइस पर शेयर। ये मेरी एक इक्वेशन बन गई। अभी सॉल्यूशन नहीं निकला। अब मैं दूसरी तरफ जा रहा हूं। दूसरी तरफ क्या है मेरे पास, अब मेरे पास टोटल, मैं इक्विटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से चलूंगा। वो तो मेरा सीआरआर मैं कितना क्रिएट करूंगा, हाउ मच अमाउंट ऑफ सीआरआर टू बी क्रिएटेड। सीआरआर शुड बी इक्वलेंट टू, कितना सीआरआर हम क्रिएट करते हैं बेटा, सीआरआर इज इक्वल टू वाई, जिसको मैंने वाई कहा है। मैं इसको जगह को छोड़ देता हूं ताकि मेरे पास ये पुट अप करने के लिए इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी। आई एम गोइंग टू टेक सीआरआर इज इक्वल टू वाई। अब ये कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे हम सीआरआर, उसके लिए मुझे करना पड़ेगा, मेरे पास जो टोटल इक्विटी अवेलेबल है, इक्विटी अवेलेबल फॉर, दैट शुड बी इक्वल टू फ्री रिजर्व्स मेरे पास अवेलेबल है, कितने के, जस्ट अ मोमेंट। मैं आपको थोड़ा इजी करके दिखाना चाहता हूँ और कुछ नहीं है। जस्ट, या, CRR should be equal to Y is equal to face value of equity shares. Everyone knows it. To be bought back. Everyone knows it. What should be the सीआरआर कितना हम क्रिएट करते हैं? सीआरआर शुड बी इक्विवेलेंट टू द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स टू बी bought back. So it should be y. So here we have noted that face value of equity shares should be equivalent to this. So it will be taken as y. Y is equal to 51,80,000 minus y divided by 3. So it will be 3y plus y is equal to 51,80,000. So y is equal to 51,80,000 divided by 4. बेटा सीआरआर जो होता है वो किसके बराबर होता है? जितनी हमारी फेस वैल्यू होती है इक्विटी शेयर्स की, ये सभी को पता है, जिसको हमने बूट बैक करना है, ठीक है ना? तो वो तो मैंने वाई माना ही हुआ है। सीआरआर जो वाई माना है वो किसके बराबर है? फेस वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स टू बी बूट बैक। तो फेस वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर दोनों बराबर ही हो गए ना, तो मैंने फेस वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर की यहाँ पुट अप कर दिया वाई। ये मेरी इक्वेशन थी ना, इसमें वाई पुट कर दिया मैंने। तो ये वाई पुट किया तो वाई इज इक्वल टू 51,80,000 माइनस वाई डिवाइड बाय 3 हो गया। सो ये इक्वेशन बन गई आपकी। हाउ मच इट इज? 12,95,000। सो ये व्हाट इट इज? ये हमारा वाई आ गया। व्हाट इज वाई? वाई क्या था आपका? वही सीआरआर है आपका, और वही फेस वैल्यू इक्विटी शेयर्स टू बी बोट बैक है बेटा। तो मतलब फेस वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स टू बी बोट बैक is equal to CRR is equal to Y is equal to 12,95,000. Is that clear up to this? मैंने बहुत ही इजी करने की कोशिश की, इससे इजी शायद मैं कर भी नहीं पाऊंगा। बहुत इजी करने की कोशिश की, आप सभी ने मुझे कहा है क्लियर है। जिसको क्लियर नहीं हो एक बार बताना भी जरूर। सो नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स टू बी bought back is equal to इसके बाद क्या करना है? इसके बाद तो जनरल एंट्रीज है दैट यू हैव टू पास। चलो गिव मी द फीडबैक फर्स्ट। इज दिस क्वेश्चन क्लियर टू यू? यस और नो? नहीं कहोगे तो दोबारा करवाऊंगा, और कुछ नहीं कर सकता मैं, करवा दूंगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। नो नीड टू वरी if it is not clear, but just tell me, is that clear? Made it very easy for you? भैया अपना तो पूरा जोर लग गया कि आपके लिए इजी हो जाए, बिकॉज आपके मॉड्यूल में जो दिया हुआ ना मेथड, आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड टू शो यू द मेथड गिवन इन मॉड्यूल, ड्यू टू दैट रीजन आई हैव गॉन बाय दिस वे। बट ये करवाने के बाद मैं छोड़ने वाला नहीं हूँ। आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू लीव दिस यू आफ्टर दिस क्वेश्चन। आई वुड लाइक टू सजेस्ट यू दैट यू विल हैव टू डू वन क्वेश्चन फॉर मी नाउ। अभी आप मेरे लिए भी एक क्वेश्चन करोगे ना, ऐसे थोड़ा कि हमने कर दिया और आपने कहा हो गया जी, हो गया, बस बात खत्म। टाइम है, वी हैव गुड टाइम विद अस। नीड योर फेवर। प्रैक्टिस अभी करेंगे बेटा। वुड लाइक टू डू द प्रैक्टिस नाउ। आई एम चेकिंग अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू। There is a question. Similar question is given your practice. Would you come to practical question? Would like to do a question in practical. Yes. Good. Question number 1. Situation number. No. Question number 1. Situation number 1. Okay. Question number 1 में दो situations दिए. There are two situations given to you in practical question number 1. You have to do with situation number So situation number two first. Better. You may do with situation number two first. Fast. Do it fast. Practical question number one. Situation number two. Do it. In that he's saying there are two questions basically. Situation number one is a separate question. Situation number two is a separate question. You have to take situation number two and do it fast. अभी करके दिखाओ मुझे. शुरू हो जाओ. Any one of you from this area, Manali or you may say nearby to it? Any one of you are from Manali or nearby area? No one is from Manali. Okay. Good, Angel. Start next situation number one. Angel, you comes first and you have to start with situation number one now. Situation number two is done by you. I'll explain you, no matters. Extra question three का CRR बता दीजिएगा. No problem. If I have time, I will do that. There's no problem. Geet, you are okay. You are saying right. Go for situation number one now. Very good. It means for you are clear on this concept and you can solve it in the exam. So your time is going to over. Whomsoever had done it, send it to me. Otherwise, situation number two, time is over. Situation number two, time is over. In situation number two, you may see that very simple. Here it is given to you that the equity is equivalent to 1080 plus 400 plus 200. So here students have already sent me the answer and they are right that loan fund means debt is 6,000 crores in this case and equity is already 1200 plus 1080 plus 600. So it is in total, it will make your ratio 2.08 is to 1. That means for ratio is more than debt equity ratio is already more than 2. So if we'll make more buyback, then this ratio will further increase, which is not allowed. So in this case, we will not have to go for the solution. We will not have to make any buyback of shares. We'll give a comment as given in your module. You may see the solution proper answer given in your module where it has specifically mentioned that in the situation number 2, debt to equity ratio is already more than 2. Hence, we are not able to make any buyback of shares. In situation number 1, do it. It's your duty. You have 5 minutes to do it. Fast, you have to do. First point, you have to calculate. In situation number 1, what you have to do, beta? First of all, you will have to calculate how much is the equity. This is step number 1. Then you have to calculate, after calculating equity, you will have to calculate maximum amount available for buyback. So this including CRR, including everything means this is basically what this is called. There are various tests which we have already discussed, beta. So this is you must have to mention the name of the test here, that this is the test. One is the debt equity test, जिसे हमने पहले डिस्कस किया था. This is named as sheer debt equity ratio test. So this is called debt equity ratio test. So that you have to do. How much it is? Very good. Who has calculated? Abdul first. Very good. Angel second. Very good. Honey, what you have calculated? I'm not able to understand. Recalculate बेटा, अगर आपने कोई गलत कैलकुलेट किया है तो देखो ना, मैक्सिमम अमाउंट अवेलेबल फॉर इक्विटी के लिए पहले तो आपको इक्विटी पता होनी चाहिए कितनी इक्विटी है. सो हाउ मच इज द इक्विटी? Yeah, you have sent me the answer of equity. Okay. Very good. So जिन्होंने कैलकुलेट कर लिया, मैं स्टेप थर्ड भी बता देता हूँ. थर्ड स्टेप इज after calculating a maximum amount available for buyback including CRR, you have to calculate face value of equity shares to be bought back. Then fourth, you have to calculate CRR. We have to assume basically CRR which is equivalent to face value of equity shares. So fifth step is, even it can be done earlier also, there is no problem. And you have to assume that face value of equity shares to be bought back is equal to Y or whatever we have assumed. At that time we may do that. There's no problem. Fifth step is solve the equation. So equity comes 2880 of everyone. Then maximum amount available for buyback including CRR is including everything. This is rupees 3200. $3,200 obviously. Then face value of equity shares to be bought back, that you people have done. There must be a equation. What is the equation? What will be the equation, beta? Okay, it should be 2880. Yes, because I'm not just, I'm getting information according to the information sent by you. I'm not calculating it myself. So it should be accordingly. Very good. Do it. I think all have done it. Very good. So everyone is clear that they can do that in your exam. The amount of CRR which we have created. It's better I may erase it because this is to be done by you. I'm not going to do it for you ना. आप लोग कर रहे थे तो मुझे लगता है कुछ एरर भी होगी होगी बिकॉज अमाउंट्स आपने भेजी थी कुछ गड़बड़ करी है तो आप लोग अपने आप करो. मैं आपके लिए नहीं कर रहा था. आप सभी का हो गया सॉल्व तो बताओ. जस्ट टेल मी हैव यू डन इट. अगर मुझे करना पड़ेगा तो फिर मैं तो पूरा करूंगा ना. मैंने तो फुल करा ही नहीं है आपके लिए बिकॉज मुझे तो कंप्लीट करना पड़ेगा. मेरे से ना पूछो कि कैसे आया, अभी आप करके दिखाओ मुझे। आप सभी का आ गया कि नहीं आया? हैव यू डन इट और नॉट? Anyone who is not able to do it, I will do the complete question for you if it is not clear. Now tell me the doubt once again, if there is any doubt in this case. सिचुएशन नंबर वन में कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे भेजो, क्योंकि मैंने तो आपकी इन्फॉर्मेशन को ना यहाँ इनपुट कर दिया था, वो गलत थी कुछ, या मैंने लिखने में गलती की थी। आप सभी को समझ लग गया? मेरे पास अब्दुल का आंसर आया है, इंजल का आंसर आ गया है, पीयूष का आंसर आ गया है, और बाकी सभी का आंसर नहीं आया। एक बार सॉल्यूशन को देख लो, इसका सॉल्यूशन भी बिल्कुल ठीक है। So just send me the confirmation that it is clear to you. If there is any doubt, just tell me. All must send me the confirmation that it is clear. All students must send beta. All have not sent it yet. So can you explain illustration number 6? Will do. There's no problem. Illustration number 6. Yes. Let's do illustration number 6, beta. Read it once and see whether it is clear to all of you. So let's see illustration number 6. He says the shareholder of Parata Limited on the recommendation of their board proposal to buy back the maximum permissible equity shares. The market price is 25 per share, and in order to induce the existing shareholders to offer their price for buyback, it was decided to offer a price of 20% over market. So 25 plus 20%, that is 30. So it will be done at rupees 30. Required to inform, you are also informed that the infrastructure development fund is created to satisfy income tax. That is just a simple journal entry. So there are two situations given to you. One is if loan fund of the company is 1200 crore and if it is 1500 crore. And third situation is given in the question. The loan fund is 1800 crores. So this is the same question whatever we have done now, beta. Exactly same, there's no problem. We have to go for 3 tests, beta. One test is share outstanding test. In that you have see the solution. It should be 25% of the shares outstanding. So this is a maximum number of shares to be bought back. Second is the resource test. But before that, you should have to go for debt equity ratio test, because that will help us whether we have to go for this buyback or not. So when you have seen that the debt equity ratio test, obviously it is very much clear. It is 1800 is a debt and equity is comparatively 750. So debt equity ratio tells us minimum equity, 1800 divided by 750, it is more than 2. So there's no need of going for any buyback. In third situation also, there is no need of going for any buyback. Yes, in situation number 2, you have to go for buyback. And for buyback, we have to go for the equations which we have already done in our given questions. So I think this is very much similar to the same question what we have done. So having any doubt to anyone in illustration number 6? Yes, infrastructure development reserve is a statutory reserve. For that, we will pass single entry, nothing else. If it is already created, then there's no problem. If it is not created, you may do it. Yeah, it is already created, so it will be retained, nothing else. It is to continue. It is not a free reserve, nothing else. I think this is not a problem, beta. No need of doing this. Going for the practical question number 4. That is differential right. Very good. Whenever we are talking about differential right, what it means for? Differential right means for those equity shares or preference share. See, illustration number 4, in that you will better understood differential right. Means the right of the shareholders is different. That is called differential right. If you will see in question number 4, you will see that in the practical case, XYZ, WXYZ hold equity capital is held by XY, WXYZ in the proportion 40, 30, 10, 20. And in the similar way, preference shareholders, there are 4 preference shareholders having preferential capital worth rupees this. If paid up capital of the company is 40 lakh and preference share capital is 20 lakh, find their voting rights in case of resolution of winding up of the company. So this is very simple and sober. Not to worry. Very easy. If you can say that what is easy question, this is the most easiest way how to calculate the voting right of the shareholders. So if we have to calculate the voting right of the shareholders, just see the solution. I would like to save the time because it is not required to be. Yeah, see the solution, that will be easy. First of all, you have to calculate that how much is the equity share capital is to preference share capital ratio. So equity share capital is given to you, that is 40 lakhs, and preference share capital is given to you, that is 20 lakhs. So it is 2:1. Equity share capital is to preference share capital ratio is 2:1. They have to vote for anything. So it means for 2/3 of total right goes to equity share capital. Equity shareholders will have total voting will be made by equity and preference both. So that means for equity share capital will have 2/3 right, and preference shareholders will have 1/3 right of total. So we have W X Y Z talking about the equity shareholders. So they have 2/3 right in total of the total votes, and out of that W X Y Z ratio is given to you. It is 40, 30, 10, 20. So accordingly make it 40% of it, or 40/100. Because this is percentage, obviously it is very much clear. So I'm taking percentage, but you may take as 40/100 because it will remain easy for you. बड़ा easy है बेटा, इसमें कोई मुश्किल ही नहीं है. देखो हमने टोटल वोट्स जो डालनी है वो मान लो कि 1 है वोट, तो उसमें से 2/3 वोट्स का राइट किसके पास है? इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स के पास. 1/3 वोट्स का राइट किसके पास है? प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स के पास. तो जो इक्विटी है उनके पास 2/3 टोटल राइट है, उसमें से 40% किसके पास है? डब्ल्यू के पास. एक्स के पास कितना है? उसमें से 30%. वाई के पास कितना है? 10%. और जेड के पास कितना है? 2/3 का 20%. बड़ा इजी क्वेश्चन है, कुछ नहीं है इसमें. talking about preference shareholder, they have total 1/3 right. So A, B, C, D. 1/3 of, so they will have to make 30, 40, 20, 10. Their ratio is given to you 30%, 40%. So this will be the, ये आपकी रेशियोज आ जाएगी 4/15 आ गया इसका. This will be 3/15. This will be 1/15. This will be 2/15. This will not be taken as 15 first. First of all, take it as, this will become 4 if you will do it. 2/3 into 40%. So how much it is? 40% of 2/3. Make it multiply and get the ratio. That is the solution. This chapter is now all clear. From where 2:1 resulted, here it is, I have done for you, beta. Equity share capital is given to you, it is 40 lakh. Preference share capital is given to you, it is 20 lakh in total. So that means for out of the, if we have to go for voting, then obviously equity shareholders will have the right of 40 lakhs and preference share capital is the, have the right of 20 lakhs. Now this is not a conceptual way. While calculating the voting right, what you have to do? You have to go for the ratio. 40:20 means 2:1. So if it is 2:1, that means 2/3 of total voting right go to equity shareholder, and 1/3 of voting right will go to equity preference shareholders. So 2:1 means for 2/3 beta. 2:1 means for 1/3 beta. That's it. All theory questions are from given questions of module only, all papers. Exactly. All theory questions are from given questions of module only. That Aslam has checked. बेटा सारे जो थ्योरी के क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आए हो ना, वो मॉड्यूल में से ही है. तो प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन आते हैं वो भी मॉड्यूल में से, सिमिलर क्वेश्चन ही आने वाले हैं. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बस ये कंसेप्ट्स कर जो, आपके एग्जाम क्लियर है. रेशियो निकाल लो और उसको फिर सेट कर लो. एग्जैक्टली. इज दैट एनी डाउट इन एनी ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस नाउ? किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम रही हो तो बता दो. कई बार क्या होता है, प्रॉब्लम मैं देख नहीं पाता, ऊपर नीचे हो जाती है. तो किसी की कोई प्रॉब्लम रही है तो बता दो. किसी को इस चैप्टर में से कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो, आई वुड लाइक टू सजेस्ट यू कि इसके एग्जामिनेशन क्वेश्चंस भी एक बार कर लेना, प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगी आपकी. डू ऑल द एग्जामिनेशन क्वेश्चंस, इलस्ट्रेशंस, प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चंस, एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू डू. गिव द ब्लेसिंग्स फॉर एग्जाम. मेरा आशीर्वाद है बेटा, बाकी देखो मालिक की मौज है. मे गॉड हेल्प यू ऑल. तो आई वुड लाइक टू प्रे टू गॉड दैट ही मे हेल्प यू ऑल. मैं तो भगवान को यही दुआ करूंगा कि वो आप सभी की हेल्प करे. और आप लोग, यू मस्ट हैव टू क्लियर द एग्जाम्स विद फ्लाइंग कलर्स and met me somewhere. Okay. Basically, I would like to suggest you also, you must have to go for the life, because here what you are doing beta, अगर आप देखोगे तो यहाँ पर हो क्या रहा है. You must have to see one thing, that practically our life is somehow different. When we are studying, it is somehow different beta. जब हम पढ़ रहे होते हैं तो डिफरेंट होता है, जब हम प्रैक्टिकली काम करते हैं तो डिफरेंट हो जाता है. देखो, the issue is not this that we are going to do something एज ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. एक बार हम सीए बन जाएंगे तो क्या होगा? यस बेटा, एंजॉय मनाली. ओके. एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. चलो, आई विल सी, जस्ट आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस विद यू वन थिंग. You people are going to give exam of obviously group 2, that's why you are all doing this. I will suggest you one thing. Before joining with the chartered accountant, or while doing training with the chartered accountant, at any time, whenever you got the time, you should have to do practical training in a proper way. Not from the chartered accountant only. Instead, you will have to do it practically from somewhere else also. Like what we need tele training, we need practical accounting training, how to prepare original books of account, starting from the basics. बेटा आप लोगों को जो अकाउंटिंग आती है ना, वट एवर यू हैव स्टडीड इन योर प्रीवियस क्लासेस, जो आप लोग पहले पढ़ के आए हो, उसमें आप लोग ये चीजें नहीं पढ़ के आते. बिकॉज हम +1 से लेकर सीए तक जो भी स्टडी करेंगे, कहीं भी प्रैक्टिकल अकाउंटिंग वो सीए के पास भी नहीं मिलती हमें कई बार, बिकॉज वो अकाउंटेंट नहीं है. आज की डेट में तो बंद ही हो चुकी है. अगर आपको प्रैक्टिकली सारे अकाउंट्स बनाने आ जाए, मैनुअली अगर आपको अकाउंटिंग करनी आ जाए सारी, ओरिजिनल बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स अलग अलग डेटास पे आप अगर काम कर लो, उसके बाद आप टैली का अकाउंटिंग कर लो, देन उसके बाद आप बैलेंस शीट फाइनल कर लो। वो ऐसे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के पास जाके बैलेंस शीट आप फाइनल कर लेते हो, ऑडिट भी आप कर लेते हो वहां जाके। पर जो काम है जैसे प्रैक्टिकल अकाउंटिंग करनी या सॉफ्टवेयर की अकाउंटिंग करनी, वो नॉर्मली वहां नहीं हो पाता। तो जीएसटी रिटर्न फाइलिंग है, इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न फाइलिंग है, लोन फाइनेंसिंग है, सारे काम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के पास एक जगह पे आपको नहीं मिलते। तो बेटर है कि आप इसकी ट्रेनिंग लो। ट्रेनिंग लेके, मतलब यही, अगर आप 50 आवर्स 100 आवर्स प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग ले लेते हो, काम सीख लेते हो कहीं से, तो आप लोगों को एक्स्ट्रा एडवांटेज हो जाता है। तो उससे आप लोगों का क्या होगा कि करियर बड़ा अच्छा बन जाता है। व्हेन यू विल गो फॉर ट्रेनिंग, तो उस टाइम पे भी आपको जो सीए है वो 2-3 हज़ार रुपया नहीं, आर्टिकलशिप में यू में अर्न 10,000 रुपीज, 15,000 रुपीज, 20,000 रुपीज इजीली। जो मैं टेल दें कि मुझे काम तो मुझे सारा आता है, मैंने आपसे सीखना नहीं, मैंने प्रैक्टिस कर, मैंने तो बल्कि आपको करके देना है, तो आप मुझे क्या पे करोगे, देखो। तो वी कैन टेक गुड अमाउंट फ्रॉम हिम। तो ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती। प्रैक्टिकली अकाउंट्स टैली सारा कर लेना चाहिए आपको, मेरा तो सुजेशन ही है। इसके अलावा पेपर क्लियर करने के बाद एग्जाम दे लो। एग्जाम देके फिर इस चीज के बारे में आप वर्कआउट करो, ठीक है ना। उसमें आपको पूरी एक ट्रेनिंग लेके काम को सीखना चाहिए। एक एजू होम है, वो भी ट्रेनिंग देते हैं, वहां से आप ले सकते हो। तो मेरा तो सुजेशन है कि ट्रेनिंग लेनी चाहिए आप। एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 एक स्टूडेंट ने कहा, जस्ट सी। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, any have a query in extra question number 3? Yes, the company wants to buy back its shares at rupees 20. Okay. The payment for buyback will be made by the company out of sufficient bank balance available shown as part of current. It doesn't make any difference that it will be done from here. It means for they need not to make any fresh issue of equity shares. उनको कोई fresh issue नहीं करना पड़ेगा, that it means for बेटा। और इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है। Remaining entries are same, everything is same. There's not a big difference. But it doesn't make any problem। इसका मतलब बस इतना ही बनता है कि हमें इस केस में जनरल वर्किंग करनी है, जैसे हम लोगों ने पहले क्वेश्चन किए। When you're doing articleship, they only teach us in one field. Obviously, when you will go for articleship, when a person is doing only GST work, he will go for that. Some persons have audit work, some persons have GST return filing or income tax return filing work. But when you will go into the market as a chartered accountant, once you will qualify, what will happen with you? You need the practical accounting concept. You should have the knowledge of, because you will have to start from the accounting, then you will get audits. ऑडिट्स आर नॉट अवेलेबल फॉर यू इन द मार्केट ना। मार्केट में आपके लिए ऑडिट अवेलेबल थोड़ा कि आप जाते ही ऑडिट मिल जाएगा आपको। ऑडिट लेने के लिए तो आपको पहले अकाउंटिंग का काम आना चाहिए। सारा अकाउंटिंग काम आप करोगे, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सॉफ्टवेयर में अकाउंटिंग करो, कर सको आप। टैली है, बिजी है, मार्ग है, क्विक बुक है। प्रैक्टिकली मैं ट्रेनिंग्स देता हूँ, उसमें बड़ा अच्छा रहता है। हमारे पास स्टूडेंट्स काम सीखते हैं, सीखने के बाद जब वो काम करते हैं तो दे आर एक्सपर्ट। तो उसके बाद कोई भी ऑडिट कर सकते हो आप। सीए के पास जाके हम थोड़ा काम सीख सकते हैं, तो वो तो करना ही है, वो तो प्रैक्टिस है। लेकिन पहले काम आता होगा तो एक तो सैलरी अच्छी मिलेगी, वहां जाके 3,000 की बजाय आप 2,000 की बजाय 10,000 15,000 अर्न करोगे। और उसके बाद क्या है कि आपकी जो सीए जब हो जाती है तो आप कोई भी काम कर सकते हो आराम से। तो प्रैक्टिकली काम सीखना चाहिए, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती। प्रैक्टिकल काम सीखने के लिए आपको टैली की सर्टिफिकेशन ले लेनी है, तो काम सीख लेना, वो मैं करवाता हूँ। अगर आप मिलना चाहते हो तो एजू होम के नाम से हमारा है, तो उसमें आप कर सकते हो, EDUHOME। तो सर कौन सी फर्म के लिए अप्लाई करना चाहिए? नहीं, दैट इज नॉट ए प्रॉब्लम। आप बिग फर्म में करो या स्मॉल फर्म में, बेटा उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। सर आई हैव ओनली रिटन योर स्लाइड्स एज नोट्स, मोर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस सर। हाँ, यू नीड मोर प्रैक्टिस ऑब्वियसली। कहाँ से आर्टिकलशिप करनी बेटर रहेगी? आपने नोट्स से दिए होमवर्क? ओके, 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 नोट्स से होमवर्क दिया था। चलो अभी तो सेशन क्लोज करना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास। तो आर्टिकलशिप तो बेटा आप कहीं से भी कर सकते हो, कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं। जो आपके पास अवेलेबल है, कोई भी पास में नियर पाए तो उससे करो। लेकिन आर्टिकलशिप करने के साथ साथ मेरा तो यही सुजेशन है कि आप अकाउंटिंग जरूर प्रैक्टिकली सारा काम सीखो। प्रैक्टिकल अकाउंटिंग, टैली, बिजी, मार्क, क्योंकि हर सॉफ्टवेयर आपको आना चाहिए। अब मेरे पास कई लोग इवन ई एंड वाई के, जो ई एंड वाई में जॉब कर रहे हैं, प्राइस वाटर कूपर उसके हैं, तो वो लोग भी मेरे से ये अपना कनाडा की, यूएसए की अकाउंटिंग सीखते हैं प्रैक्टिकली। तो वहाँ का जीएसटी सीखते हैं, किस लिए सीखते हैं? बिकॉज उनको वहाँ का काम करना है, तो फायदा होता है उनको। तो वहां से काम मिल जाता है। आजकल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स पूरे वर्ल्ड का काम यहीं पर बैठ के, इंडिया में बैठ के कर रहे हैं, या फिर शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं तो वहां जाने का काम उनको आना चाहिए। दे ऑल पीपल आर डूइंग इट बेटा। एक बार देख लूं मैं आपके लिए हनी, अगर एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन मेरे पास अवेलेबल हो तो मैं एक बार देखूं। यस, चलो है, हनी की फेवर कर देते हैं। ही इज आस्किंग अबाउट ए क्वेश्चन, एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन नंबर 3। जस्ट अ मोमेंट, मैं ओपन कर रहा हूँ एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 बेटा। कि चलो 2-4 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा लगेंगे, कोई बात नहीं, बिकॉज देयर इज नो एक्स्ट्रा सेशन विद मी, सो आई वुड लाइक टू कवर टुडे। If 5 or 10 minutes taken, sir, I will take 5 or 10 minutes more. There is no problem, ना? कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं सर? अशोक जी, हाँ, मैं क्या 5 to 10 मिनट्स ले सकते हैं ना और? हाँ बेटा, मैं आपके लिए टाइम ले लेता हूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। फिलहाल या नहीं बेटा, मैं सीए की क्लासेस नहीं पढ़ाता बेटा। मैं तो सीए की क्लासेस आईसीए में पढ़ाता हूँ। हाँ, प्रैक्टिकल काम सीखना हो तो उसके लिए आप मेरे से सपोर्ट ले सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। प्रैक्टिकल काम में तो मैं हेल्प कर देता हूँ। वो तो ऑनलाइन, चलो आप कहीं भी हो पूरे वर्ल्ड में तो मैं सिखा देता हूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। So this is regarding extra question number 3, Modern Marbles Limited. Okay, buy back 20% of the paid up capital. So paid up capital is given to you. That is 50 lakh. So we have to go for 10 lakh equity shares worth rupees 10 lakh. Debentures are to be issued to finance the buyback of shares exactly. So that was already discussed कि कैसे करना होता है बेटा. It will be specifically mentioned in the question that for the purpose of buyback, debentures will be issued. If it is specifically mentioned in the question, only then we can do it. If he says that the debentures are issued 3 months ago, 5 months ago, 1 year ago, then that cannot be utilized for the purpose of buyback of shares. For the purpose of buyback of shares, you can use preferentials preferably, or you can go for debentures also. But this issue will be done for the purpose of जस्ट हमारी जो वर्किंग होती है उसके लिए हम करते हैं, फाइनेंस के लिए, मतलब पैसे अरेंज करने के लिए, नॉट फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ सीआरआर। सीआरआर को रिड्यूस करने के लिए, सीआर तो उतने का ही क्रिएट करेंगे जितना का हमें करना चाहिए, दैट विल नॉट रिड्यूस. So in the given case, if debentures are issued to finance the buyback, that means for just to arrange the money, nothing else is there. This is a part of money. Preference shares are issued for the purpose of reducing the amount of CRR to be created, but debentures are not issued for this purpose. So here CRR is to be created. Most important question is there. Here 13% debentures are to be issued. That is not a point of consideration for the purpose of calculating CRR. You see, we have to go for 10 lakh worth of face value of shares to be bought back. So what you will do, general reserve is given to you, 6,50,000. Profit or loss is given to you 3,75,000. So we have to use these one. So how much amount of CRR is to be created, beta? 20%. Okay. It need a proper time, beta. ये करवाना पड़ेगा. I will do one thing. I will solve this question and upload that in your notes. Okay. Within a day or two, I'll send it to the ICA. That will be better because ये question मैं आपको solve करके भेज दूंगा. अभी तो मुझे लगता नहीं हो पाएगा because थोड़ा lengthy है question. इसको करके मैं भेज दूंगा आपको. आप वहां से देख लेना ना. करवाना पड़ेगा. नो मैटर्स. मैं करवा दूंगा आपको. मैं करके ना सोल्यूशन करके इसको भेज दूंगा आपको. अपलोड हो जाएगा बेटा. ठीक है. कैपिटल रिजर्व कैनॉट बी यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ CRR बेटा. ठीक है. सो आई थिंक एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. बस जस्ट एक क्वेरी बच्चे ने पूछी है तो उसका जो क्वेश्चन है ये वाला एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन मैं क्वेश्चन और सोल्यूशन दोनों आपको सेंड कर दूंगा. Because I'll go back within 1 or 2 days in Punjab. So I'll do that for you. Any doubt to anyone else? So could we close the session? All the best for your exams, beta. Sir, close the session.